Hey friends, Alex Fisher here. This video we're going to talk about how to do some spring cleaning when it comes to your golf game and just go back to basics. So stick around, I'm going to show you my 3 key fundamentals to setting up to the golf ball the correct way. Okay, so let's get to it. So step number 1 is going to be making sure that your grip is correct. Okay, so making sure that your grip is correct is really important because it controls your club face. About 85% of your direction is going to be influenced by what your club face is doing. So making sure that that grip is correct is going to be key. So the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and hold the golf club down to the side like so, and then just go ahead and almost kind of let your hands go loose here, almost like jazz fingers here. And however your left hand hangs, if you're a righty, is going to be how you're going to want to go ahead and place your hand onto the grip itself. So from here, just go ahead and grab it to the side here. Don't need to rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise. Just go ahead and make sure that that lead hand, your left hand, is just hanging down properly. What that'll do is it'll really mold what your right hand or your trailing hand is going to do. With the crease of the palm on your trailing hand here, just go ahead and cover your thumb, and then whether you overlap or interlock, it really doesn't matter. But just getting your left hand into a neutral hanging position, that's going to really help you get your club face square throughout the swing. Okay, so step 2 is just making sure that your ball position is correct. That's another fundamental that is so key when it comes to hitting the golf ball. And there's a couple of little things that we can do here just to make sure that you have a routine to make sure your ball position is correct. So let's say if you're just practicing with a short iron like a wedge or a 9-iron or an 8-iron, if you go ahead and put your feet together, what I want you to do is just go ahead and make an equal step left and right, just to make sure that that ball position is in the center of your stance. If you're using a mid iron, so let's say like a 7-iron, a 6-iron, or even a hybrid, taking that same setup, this time what I want you to do is take a slightly lesser step with your front foot and a little bit of a wider step with your back foot there. What that's going to do is it's going to move the ball about 1 ball ahead of center. If we get to our fairway woods, we're going to kind of follow the same theme, where we're going to go ahead and take a little step and then just a little bit of a bigger step. And then with your driver, you're basically just going to go ahead and just bump this front foot and then take a big step going back, making sure that that ball position's in the right place. Why is ball position so important? Well, it helps you make sure that your body rotates through the ball correctly. If you have the ball too far back in your stance, you're going to under rotate and maybe hang back. But also it's going to help you with the release of the club face as well, making sure that you do release the club at the correct time. Okay, tip number 3. So we want to make sure that we're the right distance away from the golf ball. That's one of the common questions that I always get asked when it comes to setup. Very simple. What we want to do is first off make sure we create an athletic posture. I want you to think about basically if you had a bucket of water around your waist, you're going to go ahead and tip your hips forward like so, and then just relax your knees. We don't want to bend our knees too much because then our spine angle gets too high. But what we want to do is just go ahead, make sure we're kind of almost pitching your hips, creating this pelvic tilt, and then just let your arms just hang down. Wherever your hands are at this point, you want to go ahead and take your trailing hand off and just make sure that it kind of falls back onto the handle without having to reach for it or pull in. So if I'm just a little bit too far away, I can scoot closer, take my hand off, but if I'm reaching for it, there's no way that my hand's going to get there. So that trailing hand really just has to kind of hang down from your shoulder and make sure it reaches the handle without having to reach or pull in. So if you could make sure that your grip is sound, make sure that your ball position is consistent, and then the distance from the ball, that's going to make a big difference when it comes to just your overall shot quality of your game. So make sure that you do those things. I guarantee you'll have more consistency, and when it comes to this coming season, you'll definitely have more fun. Thanks for checking out this video.